Christmas or the Yuletide season is very much in the air. The feeling is indeed palpable. All the usual extra special touch that gives a very attractive ambience to homes, offices and public places brings the reality of the situation even closer by the day. The rate at which events are being organized to formally close activities of the outgoing year have picked up considerably, and those involved in events management and related chores have their hands very full. As the activities to usher in the Christmas continue unabated characteristically across the world, it's pertinent to give ourselves a critical nudge not to let the reason for the season lost on us. Beyond mere celebration, the essence of Christmas is to share love and friendship with fellow human beings and extend benevolent gestures of giving towards those in need and some others to appreciate them for their selfless contribution to upliftment of society. This will spur them to do even more, while a lot more people will be inspired to be kind towards their neighbors. One place where the true meaning and essence of Christmas or the Yuletide season is interpreted to the letter is a Household of God church founded by musician turned man of God, Pastor Karis Awards, who graduated from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka over 3 decades ago. The annual Karis Awards, with which the Karis Awards Household of God Church ends its activities for the year, has become such a big event that attracts dignitaries from different walks of life, both Muslims, Christians, and even traditionalists across and beyond Nigeria. The main business of the Karis Awards every year is to support charity causes, organizations, and even individuals who have made worthy impacts in the area of philanthropy without making undue noise about it. The Household of God Church, situated in the Oregon area of Lagos, is a church where the worshippers serve God with a lot of panache and high-end fashion, with the founder of the church, Pastor Karis Awards, leading the way. The Karis Awards of the Household of God Church Lagos for 2014 began with appearance on the black carpet by dignitaries who turned out in the black dress code prescribed for the event. In the meantime, the auditorium of the Household of God Church, Oregon, Lagos, which was wearing an attractive ambience, was filled beyond capacity by regular worshippers who kept strictly to the color code of the day. The special guest of honor at the event was Governor Theodore Ojo of Abia State, while Professor Joe Iruku, former president of Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Pan-Igbo socio-cultural and non-political organization, and Nigeria's first insurance lawyer, was chairman. To set the ball rolling, dignitaries were giving the special Household of God Church welcome of a song which was rendered by all of them, including Pastor Karis Awards, the chief host. I'm singing with my Savior is coming. The Queen Esther competition, which is a hallmark of the annual Karis Award, was dedicated this year to the Chibok girls, as all the contestants who were dressed in garbs made of local fabric, ostensibly to promote the local content initiative championed by the federal government. filed out before the congregation, one after the other. They prayed for the quick release of the Chibok girls. By the time the Queen Esther contestants came back, the number had been considerably reduced. Delta State-born Omasa Bua, who was a beauty queen herself for many years, took the contestants in what one might call a eligibility test to test their intelligence quotient. After all of this, the number further reduced, as many of them fell by the wayside. Among those shortlisted, the second and first runners-up were announced. Before the winner for the 2014 Queen Esther Beauty Pageant, Pastor Karis Awards of the Household of God Church presented the winner with a sum of 1 million naira for her effort. A leading member of the Household of God Church, Mr. Mike Ibukwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, gave the opening remarks on behalf of Pastor Karis Awards. He thanked all who put in extra effort to be present at the event, against all odds.
I want to thank you so much because I know that yesterday you shared the wedding in Liverpool, but you are still able to be here today. Thank you so much for coming.
The founder of the Household of God Church Lagos, Pastor Karis Awards, was formally introduced to the audience by Patrick Doyle. As usual, he mounted the pulpit singing and dancing with a lantern in hand. Pastor Karis Awards asked everyone to light their lantern and ordered that the lights in the auditorium be switched off. A special prayer session ensued. There was prayer for peace and progress in Nigeria, with the whole congregation collectively supplicating and interceding for Nigeria. The highlight of the 2014 Karis Awards was the presentation of checks to those described as worthy charities by Pastor Karis Awards' Household of God Church. The charity organizations that benefited from the largesse included the Spinal Cord Injuries Association of Nigeria, the Pacheli School for the Blind and Partially Sighted, the Strong Tower Mission that ran the Little Saints Orphanage, and the Sunshine Foundation, which was founded by the late May Erling Ezekiel Mufedamijo in 1992. They were all handed a check of 1 million naira each. Also, in keeping with the dictates of the true essence of the Christmas season, which lays a lot of emphasis on giving without counting cost, the Household of God Church bailed out the federal government from the pledge of 1 million naira it made to the winner of the Centenary Queen pageant since November 2013, a year ago. Before the main award of the event, which is a posthumous one, Pastor Karis Awards took the congregation up on some special songs. He also preached in between it, in a very stylish way, as usual. The posthumous Karis Award 2014 was presented to the late Miss Beatrice Ibeneme Ni Okebogo from Abia State. Mrs. Beatrice Ibeneme, who joined the Nigerian Police Force in 1955, was the first woman to be recruited into the Nigerian Police Force. She served in places like Lagos, Aba, Enugu, and Abakaliki. She is the first ever known woman to be promoted to the position of inspector. When Mrs. Beatrice Ibeneme died in 2007, while serving under the watch of Mr. Sunday Ehindero as Inspector General of Police, was given a befitting burial attended by the IGP's representative. A check of 1 million naira was presented to the representative of Mrs. Beatrice Ibeneme. The brother of Mrs. Beatrice Ibeneme spoke on behalf of the family. He thanked Pastor Karis Awards for his forthrightness and benevolence. In their separate remarks, both the chairman of the occasion, Professor Joe Iruku, whose son, Pastor Agu Iruku, is a pastor in the United Kingdom, and Governor Theodore Ojo of Abia State, saluted Pastor Karis Awards for the vision of the Karis Awards, praying that God will reward him adequately.
This is the first time I'm coming here, and having seen what I have seen, I have to make some comments, my impression and all. The joy that I have the right here today is unbecoming. And when I came in here, I can see commitment. I can
Governor Theodore Ojo of Abia State, who said he had been a big fan of Pastor Chris Okotie from way back, asked him to establish a branch of the Household of God Church in Abia State. The 2014 Karis Award of Pastor Chris Okotie's Household of God Church ended with special songs as well as prayers for Nigeria. See you all at the 2015 Karis Awards of the Household of God Church, God willing.